Þið hafa eflaust tekið eftir glæsibifreiðunum tveimur sem hefur verið stilt upp hér í Hörpu í tilefni dagsins. Annar stendur hérna fyrir utan salinn og hinn fyrir utan bygginguna. Er að ræða frumsýningu hér á landi á vegum bílaumboðsins Öskju á nýjum C-Class bílum frá Mercedes-Benz og gestum velkomið að skoða bílana að innan sem utan hér að fundi loknum. En hingað komið til okkar Lars Wehmeier, framkvæmdastjóri vöruþróunar hjá Daimler, framleiðanda Mercedes-Benz C-Class, og hann ætlar að fræða okkur aðeins nánar það hvernig þeir hjá Benz nýta ál í auknum mæli í bíla sem þennan. Mr. Wehmeier, I welcome you to the stage.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lars Wehmeier, and I am the product manager for the new C-Class within the international sales organization of Mercedes-Benz. My team and I are responsible for the product management of our passenger cars vehicles in our Central and Eastern European markets, as well as Africa and Southeast Asia. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Icelandic Association of Aluminum Producers for inviting us as Mercedes-Benz to their annual meeting in 2014. It is a great honor for us to join this meeting, and we are really pleased to be given the opportunity to present our new C-Class to you. So, without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce you to the new C-Class and to show you how important aluminum is for its body. Please show us the video that I brought.
This film can be set in Shanghai, or this film can be set in Shanghai, or in Paris, or in Hollywood. And the leading role could be an actress, or a family man, or a businessman. Beside him sits an artist, musician, his colleague, different colleague, another colleague, or his boss. And the car they're traveling in is a C-Class, or a C-Class, or a C-Class. The best knows no alternative.
So, the best knows no alternative. This is our claim for the brand new C-Class. For us, this means that the new C-Class is the best of everything that matters in this market segment. From quality, through safety, to a driving experience that covers the entire range from sporty to comfortable. And looking at our newcomer right now, I know exactly what I think. This is the most attractive C-Class Mercedes-Benz has ever built. We really have pulled out all the stops to bring more class into the mid-size class. As you know, probably, the C-Class plays a very important role in the Mercedes-Benz passenger car lineup. In fact, measured on sales volume, it is the most important of all our passenger car vehicles. Since it was first introduced as the Baby Benz, as it was called at the time, in 1982, we have sold more than 8.5 million vehicles in this segment. We do not only want to continue this success story, we want to expand it. Therefore, we set out to build the best car in its class, starting with the greatest variety in the segment. The new C-Class is, in fact, more individual and more versatile than ever before. The spectrum ranges from two distinct front ends for the first time, through the large bandwidth of efficient engines, to the many individualization options. Inside, as you might have seen outside with the car shown, the new C-Class evokes the typical welcome home feeling of every Mercedes that you know from our S and E-Class, but with its very own distinctive character. Our designers speak of sensual purity. I personally know a lot of people who simply say it looks cool, and it also feels a lot more chic, sporty, and upmarket than its peers. Measured against the competition, it definitely marks an upgrade to a higher class. To achieve this, we addressed every single aspect of the interior with enormous care and attention, from the exceptionally fine materials to the careful and precise craftsmanship. And now for a few more words on the word of the moment, which is upgrade for us. One look at the equipment option also tells you just how much S-Class is in the new C-Class. For instance, we have the high-end quality sound system from Burmester. We have an active perfuming dispenser for the interior, and we introduced our latest generation of telematics. This is the kind of modern luxury you can only find in a Mercedes. The next area in which the C-Class strives to set a clear example is safety, starting with active safety. The new model scores very highly here too, with all the innovative assistance systems that you know from the S-Class and the E-Class. We summarize these systems under the term Mercedes-Benz Intelligent Drive. And they increase both active safety and comfort. As you know, we introduced these assistance systems in the new S-Class just a few months ago. Now they are in the C-Class too, and that, in my opinion, is an impressive proof of our rapid pace of innovation. The fact is, actually, our core model ranges, the S, E, and C-Class, currently represent the world's youngest portfolio of premium sedans. And no other manufacturer offers as much full-size technology in the mid-size class. It's on this basis that our new C-Class wants to set many more best marks in passive safety too. I'm sure this will not come as a big surprise to you because, after all, Mercedes is the #1 pioneer in this field. Nonetheless, the new C-Class shows that there is more potential here as well. And we have found that potential, and we've used it. Passive safety is part of our 3D body engineering, which addresses the design of the body shell. We take a holistic approach, which, as well as crash safety, also encompasses lightweight design and aerodynamics. This is, if you will, the modern triathlon of the Auto Olympics. And here too, we know which way is the best. And one glance at the scales is all it takes. Overall, the new C-Class is up to 100 kilograms lighter than its predecessor. The vast majority of this is due to the brand new body in white, almost 50% of which is made out of aluminum. The intelligent hybrid aluminum construction is a technical highlight of the C-Class. The constructive policy, which is called the right material in the right place, leads to an exceptionally high proportion of aluminum, hot form steel components, and ultra-high strength steels, especially for a serious production car. This optimization makes it possible to bring contrasting requirements in accordance: low weight, high structural rigidity, and crash safety, as well as an efficient body shop production with consistently high quality at 4 different locations around the world. Through the use of these materials alone, the body in white could be designed around 40 kilograms lighter than that of the previous sedan. So let's get into detail a little bit. As you can see on the technical drawing, almost the entire outer skin, consisting of the front fenders, the hood, the trunk lid, the doors, the roof panel, is produced out of aluminum sheets, each part making its contribution to the weight savings. So let me take you through the different parts from front to rear. The C-Class uses a front, or a front end, so to say, which is rigged to the vehicle, which consists of a crossbeam made of aluminum extruded profile, one-piece aluminum crash boxes, and a multi-part frame made from aluminum sheets, aluminum extrusions, and aluminum die castings. The rear of the car is an aluminum hybrid construction with longitudinal and transverse support members made from die-cast aluminum and high-strength steels. Graduated thickness of the rear floor side members provide for a targeted deformation behavior in case of a rear impact. The shock mount and the compensation gain were merged into one die-cast aluminum component. The roof is also entirely made of aluminum, and the roof alone weighs 5 to 7 kilograms less than the steel roof of the predecessor, depending on the model variant. However, the intelligent use of these materials not only reduces the overall weight of the vehicle, but it also lowers the center of gravity, which further benefits the driving behavior of the new C-Class. Coming to the doors, the appearance of the doors has been significantly upgraded, both on the exterior and on the interior, as you can see on the car outside, but the real sensation is hiding under the paint. The door shell and the door hinges are made of aluminum. This is a world premiere for a high-volume mid-range model, which will be built in multiple locations around the world. Through the use of aluminum, a weight reduction of more than 30% could be realized in the doors alone, despite significantly higher crash requirements. Talking about crash safety, the C-Class not only meets all current national and international laws, but also all the rating requirements of the different markets, and beyond this, our internal brand requirements, which are based on real accident analysis. The core of the concept is a highly stable passenger safety cell, which is surrounded by target computed and tested in practice deformation zones. Thanks to optimized power paths and a combination of aluminum castings and ultra-high strength materials, excellent results in the impact tests can be achieved. Demanding internal standards with regards to the stiffness of the suspension, which leads into the body, and the so-called NVH properties, which is noise, vibration, and harshness properties, lead to a significant improvement of the rolling noise while driving. Important levers here are the new body shell concepts. For example, our designers took advantage of the aluminum die casting process, which offers greater design freedom over steel. By this, different components could be integrated into a single die-cast component, which in conventional designs would have to be assembled out of several steel components. Less interior noise, as I just mentioned, is also a result of the lowest wind noise in the segment, which brings us to the next best of title, which the C-Class earns with its outstanding aerodynamics. The figure in question is a drag coefficient of 0.24, which fits seamlessly with the best marks of our other family members. So, summing it up, more crash safety with lower drag and less weight. This alone scores plenty of points for 3D body engineering. But that's not all, even if you include the aforementioned comfort benefits. Lightweight design also delivers more efficiency and better handling and performance, not at least, as I said before, because we've lowered the vehicle's center of gravity and thus raised the handling capabilities of the C-Class. Which brings us to the answer of the final question, which is, why is the new C-Class so sporty, yet so fuel efficient to drive? One reason is the engines that are as powerful as they are thrifty. They deliver excellent performance and yet consume up to 20% less fuel than the previous model. The range of drives available is extremely wide, and there should be something in there for every taste. At market launch, these three engines are available, which are all of our most modern four-cylinder engines. The most fuel efficient of these three emits just 103 grams of CO2 per kilometer. Like all the engines in the C-Class, be they gasoline or diesel, they fulfill the Euro 6 emission standards. They're also all equipped with a fuel-saving eco start-stop function. This also applies to the 6 cylinders, which we will introduce later, that bring particularly dynamic performance to the C-Class. And, of course, we have further drivetrain variants in the pipeline, and there is one that I would especially like to draw your attention to, which is our next efficiency champion, which is a C-Class with a diesel hybrid engine. It's called the C300 Bluetec Hybrid. It will arrive in fall 2014, so still this year, with a CO2 emission of just 94 grams. Thanks to an anticipatory operating strategy, The C300 Bluetec Hybrid uses the navigation data to make maximum use of every incline and every decline. So this means that when you travel uphill, it uses as much electric power as possible, and while you travel downhill, it makes use of as much recuperation as possible. With a fuel consumption of 3.6 liters per 100 kilometers, it doesn't get any more fuel efficient in this class. And to be honest, it gets even better. Just a few months after the diesel hybrid, we will introduce the first C-Class with a plug-in hybrid engine and a greater electric range. So you see, when it comes to drivetrains too, the C-Class demands no compromises. And that, of course, also applies to the chassis technology. Starting with these two new features, which will please not just the technology fans. We have an electromechanical direct steer system, and we have a newly developed four-link front suspension. Both are standard equipment on all models of the C-Class. The driving fun is increased even more by the 3 different direct control suspension, which are available for the models with steel suspension. All 3 of them have a selective damping that enables individual adaptation to the preferred handling and comfort characteristics. But the high-end solution is our Airmatic technology, which makes the C-Class the first ever car in this segment to have air suspension. With Airmatic, you can change the fundamental character of the suspension at the touch of a button, from comfort through sport up to sports plus. The individual button even offers the ability to configure the new C-Class to your own personal preferences. This is further confirmation that the new C-Class offers more choice in this class than any other vehicle. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was my overview of the highlights of the new C-Class. I would like to thank you very much for listening and for your interest in the new C-Class by Mercedes-Benz. It has been a great pleasure and honor for me to present our new product to you. Thank you.